Thank you. Thanks. It's wonderful to see you all here tonight. I'm glad you were able to come. I'm Stephanie Rogers. You probably don't know who on earth I am. I've been here 7 years, and I used to run K through 6, and then I became the last man standing, so now I'm K through 11. Anyway, I have just a few announcements so that tomorrow you kind of know what's happening. Father Chen will call your name, and when he calls your name, what he's doing is presenting you to the bishop, and you just have to stand in your place. Okay, everybody will have a program so you'll know exactly how this goes. And I, of course, left my program somewhere over there, so I can't tell you exactly how it goes. When the second time that you're called by name, you're going to, everybody on this side of the church, when your name is called, you're going to come to the right and return by the left. The same thing over here to the right, come up to here and return to the left, okay? Just, I don't want you, with COVID, we can't have you too close to one another. Thank you. Oh, thank you. So, Father Chen presents the candidates to the bishop right after the gospel reading. And you just have to stand in your place as your name is called. Then there's a homily and there's renewal of baptismal promises. After that, I will then call you individually, and that's when you're going to come forward and the bishop is going to anoint you with the oil of chrism. And before I continue with what you're going to have to do, I would like to go through everybody's name. I hate mispronouncing names. So if I say your name wrong, will you correct me now so that I can fix it for tomorrow? So at the 10 a.m., I'm going to go 10 a.m., and then I'll go back to the 12. Daniela Fritsch, is that correct? Are you here? Oh, there you are. Did I say your name right? Okay, great. All right, thank you. Andrew Houlihan, Tate Katian. Oh, I'll practice tonight. Maria Mantini, Kelly McGonigal, Gabrielle Nagahama. Is that right? Okay. Just tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't want to do it tomorrow. Lydia Nadreka. Yep. Did I say it right? Okay. Thank you. Anthony Pasquale. Anthony Shuko. Christina Shuko, Theori Shuko, and Samantha Shuko. Did I say all? Okay, great. Gavin Sparks, Dylan Walsh, and Eric Widrick. Right? I got those all right. Okay. Thank you. At 12:30, the next crowd is Matthew Alessi. Yeah. Catherine Armstrong. Okay. Sean Campbell, Camille Clark, Liam Keneally, Isabella Diagazio. Did I say that right? Diagazio. Thank you, honey. I'm sorry. I'll make a long mark over the E. Charlotte DeLucia. Is that right? Okay. Brianna Kiley. Carmen Kelcourse. Right? Yeah. Sophia Kelly. Hope Kingdon, Erin Langridge. Now, Jack, will you pronounce your last name for me, wherever you are? Lefebvre. Oh, I was going to say that, and I thought I had it wrong. Okay, great. Connor McGagan, Sean McGagan, Fiona O'Flynn, Jackson Pala. Is that right? Yep, okay. Emily Parator, Dylan Sharn, and Spencer Smith. Okay, great. It was mostly I wanted to make sure. I got something wrong there? Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I'm saying your names correctly. That's terrible to have someone mispronounce it. Okay, so the first person up at 10 a.m. is Daniela Fritsch, and I'm not sure where you sit, but wherever you are sitting in this wonderful church, if you're in this side of the church, you're going to come up to the right, and you are going to walk right up to here, and you will see before you get there Louise and Adele. And Louise is going to have a cotton ball with alcohol on it. And you just have to wipe your forehead. And then Adele will have another bowl, and you just drop that right into that bowl. And then you walk right up to here, and the bishop, I assume, will be on one of these steps. I don't know which one. But I'm sure he'll direct you if I don't have this right, so don't worry about it. And he will then put the sign of the cross with the chrism oil on your forehead. He will not clean his thumb every time. That's why you are wiping your forehead with the alcohol swab, okay, so that we have clean foreheads. Okay, and then when your sponsor will be with you, and please, I think the sponsor that says about the confirmation name, make sure the bishop said, say it loud so he can hear. So would you pass that message on to your sponsor, okay? And then you return to your bench. So if you're in this crowd, you're going to go right down that way. If you're on this end, you're going to come right up this way and over. People on this side are going to come out left, okay? And you're going to go back that way. And all of you are going to come out this way and here, okay? This won't be here. This is for tonight. Okay. You will have worship aids. They will look like this, only they will be in color, so you'll know exactly where we are. This is not a mass because you would have to be in church too long for that. So it's only a prayer service. And so it probably will be 45 minutes tops probably. The morning crowd will be a little shorter than the afternoon, but because of the difference in numbers. Did I forget anything? Oh, yes, please take your worship aid home. Your names are all in it. The music is in it. And here you all are at the back. So if you take those home, that would be great. Any questions? Everybody's good? Okay. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow.
We don't have to be too formal. You can call me Adele. Most of you know me anyway. I've been around for 100 years, not quite, but almost. Can you move over just a little bit? Okay. What I'm going to do with you tonight is the night of reflection. It's very, very beautiful. I've been doing this for very many years with the confirmation students. I don't even know how many. And they all comment that some even say it's the best night ever for the confirmation preparation. But you will get out of it, obviously, what you put into it. So if you could just try to clear your mind, don't think about anything else for the time that we're going to do this. And I will direct the whole thing, and you will love it. I'm positive you will. Okay? If you guys can separate a little bit, I want you guys to have. Further than that, because of the restrictions about the virus, but it's just so that you have your very private place tonight, and you have no distraction. Okay? So, are there any other questions? We're going to take care of that right now. Because now we're going to enter the most important part of this night, which is the night of reflection. Okay. I forgot to mention that Bobby Hillis will be holding the Christ candle for this night. It is good to enter a quiet place apart from your busy lives so that you can reflect on the meaning of your confirmation. Jesus told his apostles that although he was leaving, he would send his Spirit to be with them. That same Spirit, given to you at baptism, comes to you in fullness through the sacrament of confirmation. We can hear and feel the presence of the Spirit when we take the time to listen and reflect. Tonight, I invite you to enter the hush of your quiet place and meet Jesus in your imagination. To come to quiet, you need to relax in body, mind, and spirit. And so I ask you to relax by closing your eyes, becoming conscious of your breathing, breathing gently and slowly, and listening carefully as I guide your imagination. See yourself in your imagination. You are standing at the entrance of this church. It is empty, silent, and still. The only motion is the flicker of a candle near the tabernacle. You notice that the church is decorated with flowers, candles, and a large red banner with a white dove is suspended above the altar. The church, you realize, has been prepared for a celebration. You look around the church and then slip silently into a pew. You sit and let the quiet presence surround you. With the quiet, thoughts begin to enter your mind. You think about your life. What have you been doing with it? Are you happy with the direction your life is taking? You think about the people you have been spending time with and the activities you participate in. When was the last time you did an act of service for someone who needed it? You think of the problems you are having and the things that make you happy. Does the way you live your life need any changing? What areas might you change? You think about your faith. What have you been doing or not doing to nurture it? Does your life and your faith fit together comfortably? Are there ways you can practice your faith better? What are they? You hear muffled footsteps coming down the center aisle. The sound stops right beside your pew, and you look up to see who is there. It is Jesus. What do you think as you see him standing there? Look at his face. What does it look like? What expression is on his face? He gestures for you to move in so he can sit right next to you. You slide over and Jesus sits down beside you. How do you feel to have him sitting so close to you? He now turns to you and begins to talk with you. He called you by name. He tells you that he is glad to find you here in the church and in the quiet. What do you say to him? He begins to speak to you. He reminds you that he once promised his apostles that he would send the Spirit to guide them. This Spirit would teach them everything, take away the fear of the enemy, help them remember all that he had taught them. Jesus tells you how strongly committed the apostles became after receiving the Holy Spirit, how they spoke in tongues, performed miracles, baptized people, and sacrificed so much to spread his good news. Jesus tells you that his Spirit was with them wherever they went, and that the same Spirit is yours too. He reminds you that the gifts of the Spirit are for all who believe in him. Now Jesus asks you to think carefully about the gift you need the most right now in your life. Is it wisdom, the ability to know God, to see with God's eyes, and to know God's will for you? Is it understanding, the power to grasp more clearly what God has revealed? Or is it knowledge you need, the ability to look at things in such a way that helps you judge good and evil? Do you need more piety, the worship of God with a reverence and holiness in your life? Is it courage that you need, the perseverance to express yourself as a Catholic Christian, to be faithful, to speak the truth, and willingly do what is right? Or do you need counsel, the willingness to receive and offer advice, thereby knowing what to do in a tough situation? Do you need a deepening of wonder and awe in the presence of the Lord, an awareness of God's magnificence, and the desire to never be separated from this God? Jesus asks you to name the gift or gifts that you desire most at this time. Do not worry if you cannot remember the exact name of the gift. Just tell Jesus what you need most right now. Jesus now lays both hands upon your head. You sense that this is a very special moment just for you. He bows his head and prays for the gifts you need. What is his prayer for you? Jesus removes his hands from your head and now tells you that in a little while he is going to anoint you with chrism, the holy oil, and ask for a deeper commitment from you. How do you feel about this? And what do you say to Jesus in response? Suddenly, you hear the sounds of voices at the back of the church. Jesus tells you that he has invited people who love you and care about you to come and support you when you make this deeper commitment. You turn around and see familiar people coming down the aisle toward you. Who do you see? And how do you feel? Jesus tells you that one of these people is your sponsor, and he motions for that person to come and sit right beside you. Jesus now stands and asks you and your sponsor to step into the aisle and stand before him. With his right thumb, Jesus anoints your forehead with the holy chrism. He tells you to be sealed with the gifts of the Holy Spirit. He then wishes you peace, shalom. In some word or gesture, express to Jesus what you are feeling. He smiles and nods at you. Now it is time for Jesus to leave. You watch as he walks toward the back of the church and disappears into the crowd of people gathering there. You turn your attention to the family and friends circling around you. As you look at their faces, you begin to be aware of the ways you can serve them. You realize that you will be able to give more of yourself, that you can make the changes needed in your life to practice your faith. For you know that Jesus' Spirit is with you always. I now invite you to open your eyes. I ask that you maintain silence for what we are about to do next. Near the altar, you are going to see a tray with unlit candles. Each candle represents each one of you. The Christ candle, the source of all life, light, truth, peace, joy, and love, is already lit. You will use the flame from the Christ candle to light your individual candle. When you light your candle, ask Jesus for the particular gift of the Holy Spirit that you need in order to bring Jesus' light into your own heart and into the heart of those you love. When I have completed these instructions to you, please come forward, one person at a time. You will be taking a candle from the dish that you will see in front of the candle. Approach the Christ candle, which Bobby Hillis will be holding. Bring your candle to the Christ candle flame and light your own candle carefully from the Christ candle. Place your lit candle in one of the two containers, either on the right or the left of the Christ candle. After you have lit your candle and placed it in the container, return to your seat quietly and reverently. And please remember, only one person should be up at a time. The rest of you should remain in your pews until the person who preceded you has sat back down. While you are sitting quietly in your pews, use this time of quiet to reflect and to pray for yourself and one another. After everyone has lit their candles, there will be an extended period of silence in the church for prayer and reflection. And then at the appropriate time, you will be invited to leave the church very, very quietly to keep the sense of reverence of this evening. This was very beautiful, everybody. I couldn't help but think some of you, it took a couple of 2 or 3 or 4 tries to get that candle to light. And I'm big on symbolism, so all I could think of is how we constantly in our whole lives have to keep coming back to the light. Sometimes the light seems to not be around, or it's extinguished for a brief time, but we have to always come back and keep trying to light that light. Thank you all for being wonderful tonight. You can stay in the church for as long as you want. It's almost 5 to 8. I'm not throwing any of you out, but when you decide to go, please do so quietly. And I'll see you tomorrow morning or afternoon. Thank you.